All right, guys. Part 3. How does someone know whether they have met their twin flame or a soulmate? That's just it. There is no knowing. There is no knowing because those are all just labels. And there's so many different teachers and books and shit that will tell you that if this is happening or if this has happened to you, then you've met your twin flame or you've met your soulmate. But no one really knows, no one really knows. And there are a few twin flame coaches and teachers that will say similar things. But we don't know what any of that is. No one knows if it's called twin flame, if it's called soulmate. There's really no defining it. No one can sit and tell you what your connection with a certain person is. They can't tell you. Now, I have had a situation happen to me with 3 people. 3. And they were very similar. But you'll hear and have a twin flame coach or teacher tell you, oh, it's your karmic. Oh, you met your karmic first and then your twin flame. Or that's a fake twin flame and then then you just met your real twin flame after your fake twin. The list goes on. They will tell you all types of mumbo jumbo. But really, no one knows and no one can tell you. I had a really weird situation where I met someone and it was similar to some of the things that they call twin flame. Like when I met the person, immediately I recognized them. And I couldn't put my finger on it though, of where I knew them before, because I've never met them before in my life. But for some reason, when I looked in their eyes, it's an eye thing. It's always an eye thing. The moment I looked into their eyes, I knew right away that there was a recognition there. Like I knew them before. And I couldn't shake them. I was very drawn. There was this pull to them, to this guy. There was a pull to him, and I just couldn't shake him. I could not shake him. And I knew the moment I saw him and I laid eyes on, we made eye contact, he felt it too. I felt the energetic pull. I felt it right away. It was like I knew right away that he thought the same thing. Okay? So I had that situation with him, and then I met someone else later on down the way after I walked away from that situation. And the same thing, but it happened a little bit different. I didn't recognize him first. He recognized me. And then when we split, but no, I knew there was something wrong though, because when I was dating him, I could feel him energetically strong, just like I could feel the first guy. I could feel the first guy too. Through telepathy, I could feel the first guy. I mean, that's what you want to call it. I don't know if it's called telepathy. I don't even know what that means, but apparently it's called telepathy. With this guy, I could feel telepathy with him too, the second guy. I felt it. Energetically, I could feel his ass. And I just knew something was just different. Just like the other guy. It was different than any other relationship I had ever been in. Both guys. It was like that telepathy thing, you just knew. And it's just something, yeah, but anyways. There was those similarities there with this guy, just like the other guy. It was like the same thing that they talk about with twin flames. But when me and this guy separated, I went through like the dark night and all that stuff with this guy. I really went through like hell. I mean, it was awful. But then I met somebody else, you know, later on down the way after that guy. I met someone else. And the minute I laid eyes on him, boom, I recognized him. The eye contact, it was like that familiarity came back. And I'm like, what the fuck? How the fuck does this happen 3 times? But you'll have a teacher, and I couldn't shake this guy neither. Like, and I could feel, and we spoke to each other to let, like the energetically thing, like I felt him energetically through telepathy and all that shit. And we did the back and forth runner chaser. The first guy, I did the back and forth runner chaser with him as well. And the second one, there was a long out drawn separation. There wasn't a back and forth runner chaser with the second guy. It's like when we separated, we separated. But I still felt that intenseness, you know, and we did kind of do the runner chaser at first. And then it went to the long drawn out separation. But it was all 3 guys. It was the same thing. Same type of similarities. But yet you'll have someone like a coach or a teacher try to define that and tell you that, oh, well, the first guy probably was like the fake twin. And then the second guy was probably your real twin. And then the third guy was another fake twin, whatever. Or the first guy was your karmic, you know, the second guy, you know, there's always someone that's trying to tell you, trying to define it. And there is no fucking defining it, y'all. You can't define any of that. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. Nobody fucking knows. Nobody knows. There is no knowing. There is no book that can tell you anything. Because no one knows, but they think they know. And they'll tell you about your situation. But everybody's story is different. Everybody's story is different. No one knows. But I'll tell you what. Whatever that fucking was that I went through, man, was just, man, out of this world. It was just, I've never experienced it before. And it happened 3 times. And all 3 were different than the other, but they all had the similarities. The energetic pull, the runner chaser, the intenseness, the telepathy shit, whatever. It was all similar. And I ain't have that with no one else but them 3 men. But yet you'll have someone tell you that, no, it's this and that. No one can fucking tell you. Well, you know, and then you know, you'll have some teachers that will tell you, well, you have to go through the dark night of soul and all that. Who's to say? If you didn't go through the dark night of soul, then that's not your twin. Who's it? What's a twin flame? That's a label. Who's to say what it is you fucking go through? Nobody can tell you that. Nobody can tell you. But a teacher and a coach will tell you that. Nobody can tell you. Only you know. And even you don't know, because there really isn't a knowing, because it's just what's happening to you. And there's no explanation to why it's happening to you and several other people too. Because there are other people that had the same experience. But even they don't know why it appeared to happen to them. Because there's no defining it, really. But people want to go and define it and try to figure it out, and that's where they get stuck. That's where they fucking get stuck. There's no defining anything. I will never understand why that happened to me and why I came across those three gentlemen like I did. And they were very far in between. They were very far in between each other. It's not like I met them back to back to back, because that's not how it went down. It was very like, you know. But it happened. And I'll never know why. I'll never know why I experienced what you would call the dark night with one. And the other two, I experienced a lot of the runner chaser, a lot of the telepathy, the push pull. I experienced with one of them, you know, a little bit of runner chaser, and then the long drawn out separation happened. And then I went through the dark night of soul. Apparently, this is what happened. But I don't know what I really don't know what any of that was. And I can't even tell you it was the dark night of soul. I can't tell you if that's what I went through. I'm going off of what I've read and what other teachers will say. But really, I don't know. And I don't even think the teachers know. They're assuming. They're assuming because so many people, it appears to be this way now, so many people have gone through it. But everybody's journey is different. You know, not everyone's is exactly the same. You got some that go through the runner chaser all the fucking time. And then you have some that don't. And then they go through the drawn out separation. So there's really no rule book here saying that, no, this is that and this is... No. No one can say or tell you anything. They're only going off of what other people have experienced and what they've experienced, and they're calling it what it is. But no one really knows. Really. And to say that you know is a belief. It's a belief. It's like a religion. Spirituality, whatever. It's a belief. You're believing in all that shit, dog. Homie. I'm sorry. But I'm just saying, like, you're believing in all that shit. It's a belief. Twin flames is a belief. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. If you believe that all that shit, that you know, you have to go through the dark night of soul, or you don't have to, you know, or you have to have the telepathy, or you have to do that, then you're believing in it. That's a belief. You really, truly believe that all that shit must happen in order for them to be your twin flame. When twin flame is just a fucking label anyways. It's just a name that someone has put on a connection that they had with someone that was different than what they're used to. It's just what's happening to you. It's just what's happening to you, and that's it. It's just what's appearing to happen, and there's no explanation to why it's happening. And there may be some similarities there with, like, if you've come across more than just one person that you've had similarity, it's a similarity like I did. I've had 3 different men that have had some similarities when it comes to the quote unquote twin flame. What they say a twin flame is. But in different ways. But no one knows. No one fucking knows. And, you know, someone might leave a comment, go, you know, if you go and look at certain coaches, and then I don't give a fuck what a coach says, what a certain coach has said, or a teacher has told you. It doesn't fucking matter. Who made them the Messiah? Like they fucking know. They know just as much as you fucking do. And you don't even know. Because no one fucking knows what that is and why it happened the way it did. No one knows. Look, I'm just keeping it 100. I really am. I'm just keeping it 100, you guys. And I'm just, you know, look, and nothing against the teachers. If this is what they want, this is what they're doing, this is what they're doing, and they think they fucking know, then so be it. But I feel like, for the most part, no, not for the most part. They're assuming. Just like we assume. Just like what everybody else assumes. They're assuming. There ain't no assuming over here because I don't know. I don't know what a twin flame is. I don't know why the things happened the way they did. I don't know what that is. But it was out of this world, apparently. It was out of this world. It was something I had never experienced before with them 3 men. And I hope there ain't a 4th. Which I really don't think there will be. I feel like, you know what I mean? I don't even know. I don't even know, guys. I don't even fucking know, man. I can't even sit here and say that. I don't know. That's just it. I know. You don't know. Life is just so unexpected. You don't know what will happen next. But anyways, let me get off of here. I put out 3 videos back to back to back to back. Because I've been on a roll. And this is fun to talk about. I like talking about twin flames. I really do. But anyways, for those of you that watch my Zooms, you're more than welcome to join anytime. Doesn't cost anything. It's free. You know, if you want to share your story, we talk about everything, not just twin flames. We talk about everything. But if you do have a twin, you know, if you did have a twin flame or you do have a twin flame, whatever, and you want to share your story, feel free to come on our Zoom and I would love to hear about it. But I think I'm going to get off of here because I think I've run out of things to say. But anyways, bye for now.